The topic we'll be covering in our project is pulleys. Pulleys are rope systems that can provide a mechanical advantage in order to help move an object up or down. These ropes are measured from a fixed point called a datum. You only take into account the ropes that are moving in a system. These are called active ropes. You can symbolically identify the rope's distances and then set them equal to the total length of the given system. Then from this, you can take the time derivative of this equation to get a velocity equation and take another derivative to get an acceleration equation. Both these equations will be equal to 0 since the total length is a constant. Using these equations, you can solve the pulley system. Humongous is at the gym and gets on a cable machine that uses a pulley system to move a 69 kilogram weight. He initially pulls a bar attached to a cable down 0.5 meters to his head at a rate of 0.3 meters per second squared. Once reaching his head, he pulls it down another 0.25 meters to his chest at a constant velocity. Calculate the total time for Hugh to pull the bar down to his chest and the speed the weight is moving after the bar reaches his head.
To solve the pulley problem, we first write out all the given information, draw the pulley system, draw the datum at one or more fixed points. In this case, we will draw a datum at B, and find the total length of rope using S to designate the distance from the movable pulley to the datum. Lastly, you write out what you are solving for. First, I'm writing out the total length equation. Using this, we'll take the time derivative to find the velocity equation and the acceleration equation, and find the relation between the velocity at A and the velocity at C. Next, I'm writing out one of the kinematics equations that we will use to solve for the final velocity, or the velocity at x2. Once plugging in the numbers, you will come out to 0.54 meters per second. Find the time it takes for Hugh to pull the bar down from his head to his chest. We'll use another kinematics equation, which will use the velocity found in the previous equation. Since the velocity is constant for this distance, the acceleration part of this equation goes to 0. To find the time it takes for Hugh to pull the bar down to his head, we use another kinematics equation, which will use velocity x2 as well, and the acceleration. Adding both the times will give us the total time it takes for Hugh to pull down the bar. To find the velocity of the weight, we use the equation we found from the time derivative of the length equation and plug in the velocity of A, and that is going in the negative j direction. And since the weight is going up, the velocity of the weight will be in the positive j direction.
Oh, hey there. You're probably waiting for the sanity check. In that case, you're in luck. So the first thing is units. And units cancel with the kinematics equations that we used to leave us with meters per second for velocity and seconds for time. The next thing is the signs. And the sign of the velocity is in the positive j direction because vector VA is negative. And the last thing is magnitude. And the magnitude of velocity and time both make sense because a pulley makes it twice as easy to lift by half the speed you are pulling. And that is our sanity check.